I want to live every day that I can to my best, and not being just good as a person. But, for me, I always feel like the simplest things can go a long way for people, especially people that just are, in turmoil or have, bigger issues than what we have going on at that time. Last year, Kayla left and went to a women's retreat that they had, I think it was in Albuquerque. And she came back and just told me that God impacted her in a way that she's never felt before. And it's one thing to hear those things. It's another thing to see it. Ever since then, it's just been, one thing after another that God has just been, calling us out to do. And it's hard to say no to him because, sometimes we get stuck in our ways, we get stuck in day-to-day life. But, when he has us, these things that we might not see for ourselves that he knows is greater for us, or something that, we can really help and impact others. It's been something that's just been truly, it's been a godsend. It's been a godsend for sure. About 2 Sundays ago, we were sitting there and Pastor Richie started talking, and one of the first things he was saying was like, hey, we're having deep night tonight. And, it's just kind of one of those things. It's Sunday. I just wanted to relax. I was tired, but I just hear God whispering in my ear, like, you need to go. Like, if no one else in your family goes, you need to be there. And I remember showing up, and I remember my sister had walked out, and I had no idea what she was doing. And she calmed me down, and I've been dealing with some medical problems with inside my stomach, and sorry guys. I just remember hands being all over me. And I heard multiple voices. And I literally felt like during that time that I was being prayed for, that I can physically feel God taking that pain and the discomfort out of my body. Literally, I think that's why I get so emotional, is because of how hard it impacted me. And just to know how real he truly is. But I guess you could say at that moment, it was like I had 100% affirmation of who I was. I had 100% affirmation of who my God was. And there's nothing, not the church, not my friends, not my family, but him, that no matter what I go through, no matter what comes my way, there's nothing that our God cannot overcome. For us, it might seem like a mountain, but for him, it's a speed bump. Being plugged in, Pastor Richie always talks about being fed, and for me for so long, it was when I was younger, going to church Wednesday nights with the youth, and then Sunday, and that's all it ever was. But the fact now that we're actually plugged in with the church, and we're part of it, and we get to actually watch and see it grow and physically get to help out, it just brings things to a whole new level. I remember she came to me, and she was the first one that mentioned about doing the youth ministry and helping out with the youth group. And for me, especially working full time, one of the first things that I ever think about is, where am I going to find the time to do this? It wasn't something I didn't want to do. It was just more along the lines of, do I have time for it? But I knew that, when Kayla ended up telling us, or talking to me about it, and I was like, yeah, we could try it out, see what happens, and then just go from there. And I remember driving home, and we were passing the Pack-a-Sack over here because we live right down the street from the church, and she asked me what I thought, and I was like, that's probably one of the best decisions we ever did, So for me, I actually look forward to Wednesday nights. I look forward to seeing, especially for the high school boys, because that's who I get to help work with, building relationships with them, and getting to hear some of the things that they go through and being able to help them out in any way that I can. And it's opened up my heart. It's opened up my family's heart, and just to be able to watch my kids get to go through and grow through the same thing, is just, you can't put a price on it. I would say to anybody that sees this, or anybody that would just want to know, period, that being involved, I guess, as much as you physically or mentally can be when it comes to whether you go to this church or another church or whatever, I know for myself, and I can say for my family, has definitely been one of the best decisions, I know we've ever done. But I have felt God impact not only my life, but my family's life here more than I have had ever. And so for me, it's a no-brainer. This AFC is my home. It's my family's home. It's my kids' home. And till we actually go home, we'll be here.